side is just that bad, then it's just that bad.
Yeah, it looks like all of the other active matches are several minutes in, so who knows? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll see if the eye test is true, Kimona. Not sure.
Don't put me on any eye tests. My keratoconus astigmatism does not play around.
Don't say that.
You know when your condition has like at least 5 syllables, it's a problem.
It sounds like a hockey player. It just doesn't have any consonants. It's only consonants, no vowels.
That does sound like a hockey player name, doesn't it?
Oh man.
Wow, a hat trick from keratoconus astigmatism. Making use of the power play.
I'm only thinking about it too because I know we're eventually going to shout out the Loxodont hockey player skin that we have for BoBC7.
Oh, that's true.
Super cool skin, by the way. I think it's so cool that that Rivals is able to do stuff like this for events.
I love the direct collaboration, especially like for us, the people that go to the tournament. It's like, oh, this is a nice memento of the weekend. Like I remember when I went there, and for everybody watching at home, you get to have a part of the action directly
100%,
in your house.
100%.
You were watching, and I also got to say, I'm a Rano player. I've been loving that every tournament's been giving me free Rano skins every time I tune in. But it's also really sick to see that branch out to other characters as well. And look, we're in Canada. Of course it's going to be the hockey skin. Why wouldn't it be?
There's no other way. I mean, and Loxodont is the perfect candidate to be attendee like that.
Yeah.
Gotta be a goalie, someone insane who can handle that type of pressure.
You don't deserve slap shots.
Power plays. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, all right. And we do have a Canada versus USA matchup, it appears.
Is this a Lox Ditto? I'm so
looking
hyped.
Oh my god. We're gonna hit meatballs back and forth. If I don't see at least one side special to grab a meatball and just pop it off the ground, then was it really a Lox Ditto? I also have to say, I keep thinking about, sometimes I have to do the code switching between don't call it an up smash, it's an up strong.
Yeah.
I also, but then I get it backwards and I'm like, well, is it a mirror or is it a ditto?
Oh yeah. I just use them interchangeably at this point, right? But
everybody knows what you mean. Oh my goodness!
We switched it, he's gone!
We cut away because of the cruelty that was ensuing. Oh my gosh. So immediate hot start for TG, not the Japanese banjo player. We're talking about Tactical Gearhold.
That's right.
From Canada, bringing out what is already a hot Lox with, I gotta say, the coolest Lox skin in the game.
I was
Second
about to
coolest, sorry,
comment on
Battle of
this,
BC hockey skin. But, yeah, no, dude, I love this one.
So cool. Okay, Nair gets this one going for mpos.
Yes, and not impossible to get back into this one. I'm sure they've never heard that one before. Yeah, just sometimes when you play on stream, or really just your first tournament set of the day, something weird will happen, and you just kind of have to hold it and then get back into the game. And yeah, is at 116%, but I mean, you were talking about it. We're so excited for the Lox Ditto because these things can change in an instant.
Oh, 100%. So a lot of what we've been seeing on the side of mpos too is like, what is your action out of shield? And I feel like your Loxodonts typically just want to get the action going with grabs, but sometimes you can mix in the parries there as well. Obviously, you can just decide what button to press when you're coming out of shield. All that being said though, TG's got a 2-stock lead.
Yeah, and I gotta say, if I'm mpos in that situation, I'm also a little baffled that that sent me into knockdown and that suddenly I'm gonna eat this back here. I kind of thought that I would be able to get my shield up or something there, but no shields available. You get your landing caught by that F-Strong. It can happen to you, especially if you play a big body. That jab reset.
That was nuts. Okay.
All right.
Off stage. Okay, caught the double jump, but just a little bit too low with TG. mpos gets the turn.
Ooh, but the knockback actually pushed him off stage. Gotta always be mindful of that. Getting right back off that platform. No shield drops necessary here, but one more back here. Putting you in a tough spot.
Off the wall, that's it. Wait, that was so beast. Actually, just take your own stock so that you just know there's no opportunity.
You can't side special me to get back. Yeah, you're
crazy.
Done. Really solid start there by TG. Representing the home state, or home country, I should say. I don't even know if he's from this province because Canada's a big country.
Yeah, as it turns out.
You can drive 8 hours north and find another rival scene.
Another Canada.
And it's in the same province.
Okay. Expanding the space a little bit. We're going to the home turf, though.
I was about to say, speaking of home provinces, the Fire Capital is the choice here for mpos, who, you know, this is often my feeling, especially if I play in a mirror. I'm like, look, if my opponent has those combos that are going to kill me immediately, I might as well just widen the space and go to Fire Capital if it's open.
Okay, me take a step on the magma for just a second. Don't get the feet too hot, though.
That is one of the fun parts. I love that in a lot of mirrors in this game, if you have like a resource you can steal from your opponent, you can make use of it yourself.
Right.
However, those big blast zones are talking about mpos trying to make use of them. Well, TG says doesn't even matter. I'm playing the big elephant too.
Ooh, reading a jump there, I don't blame you for going for that, right? Especially when you're holding shield in that position, but TG, back to work, shield grab this time.
Yeah, a bit committal with that forward air on shield. Didn't go for any sort of cross-up, just kind of wanted to commit to getting the big hit if possible. Nicely timed air dodge right there, but TG stealing that turn right back. Tried to shield on the platform, but had too much momentum, turning into big damage.
Okay, yeah, mpos trying to just aggress forward, going for landing options to attack back, and TG just block counter hits, comes through the stomp, doesn't connect. But still in advantage state, at least for a little bit while longer. Parry on the projectile actually connects too. That's a spicy meatball coming back.
That is a spicy meatball.
Okay, shield grab once again. And this is the exact thing I talked about just a moment ago, right? Like, if you're already just playing out of shield, like Loxodont players tend to do, you just kind of like press A or B at that point, because you can go for shield grab or parry, depending on what you think your opponent's going to go for.
Yeah, sometimes it really is just a guessing game, but I mean, if you get it, and also here at the ledge, it can turn into a bit of a guessing game too. Sometimes you don't know if your opponent's going to up B on stage, and then you want to just avoid it instead of necessarily trying to parry it.
Man, needs to get this stock. I mean, this is one aerial away from TG just finding it. There's the back air. Gets it, 3 stock to 1 once again.
He's psychic. He knows exactly what's about to happen, and it is what we've been seeing a lot of. I think that mpos has been very comfortable trying to make a lot of approaches in the air, hasn't been making a lot of use of Loxodont's really excellent grounded normals, especially that F-tilt, right? Such a crazy good spacing move, and can open up your opponent too if they drop it mid-combo as well, right? They drop that shield, you can get your opening, and there you see TG making use of it, building up some big damage immediately.
Ooh, also burned the down B as well. I was wondering if that's going to be mpos' like avenue to get this stock, especially at high percent, right? Because you're once again in a position where you're just looking for raw aerial now, just expecting the jump with the bear.
Ah, there we go, my favorite.
Yep.
Pick up the meatball, toss it down. At 87, we're still going deep for that down air to interrupt that up special, but nothing doing. mpos making use of that recovery to get back on stage. Watch the back air. It's enough to put you in the blast zone. Good lord.
TG was at 177. Did not lose that stock. Crazy, crazy longevity coming through from the elephant. But
welcome to Locks on Fire Capital, man.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
This is the other thing, is that sometimes there are two sides to the coin. Sometimes your opponent is hitting huge combos on you, and you go, well, I want to live longer. But if your combo game's not like at 100% on that day, then those big stages can be a really big problem.
Right.
That, I think that this is what we've been seeing out of mpos. I like the idea of closer blast zones, and especially with how much he's been making use of aerials to, you know, try to air to use them as an approach. I think that Hodojo is a great fit for his
For sure. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I do think, like, generally speaking, you're correct. Like, mpos seems to have not as strong of, or at least not as long of a punish game as what we're seeing out of TG. So if you can just like tighten up the blast zones a little bit, maybe make some of these knockdowns a little more potent with platforms in the mix, that could be mpos' way to get back into it.
Yeah, Lock's punish, if you're up on a platform, and especially if you get knocked down and you have to do a tech roll. If you have to do a tech roll on a platform, you're basically losing your stock guaranteed.
Ooh, okay. Swing and a miss, don't blame you, but...
Ooh! I don't know if that was a read with the neutral B or was just trying to get one of the meatballs out, but nonetheless, got real close to his stock. TG does it again. The tusks are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Right back into it.
Challenge it.
Man, I love seeing the use of the different angles of that meatball as well. Didn't pull out the side special. Maybe was waiting for if TG would go down there early, but nonetheless, it is that future Loxodont that gets out to the lead.
Italian food, a thing of the past. Get with the times, old man.
It's ancient. We eat slop now. Back throw. I love that to set up for the tech chase. So many people would just expect to get down throwed into a combo, but TG's making use of some crazy stuff right now, Wall.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say the weight on the left side, we're gonna see it in the replay, so we'll talk about it later, but that weight on the left side with the bear was so sick from TG.
Locked in.
Okay, on stage, could be it.
If you've ever wondered what flow state looks like, ladies and gentlemen,
it might be this.
You're watching flow state at its finest. Oh my goodness. TG turning on the Jets at the end of that set to close out a 3-0 with a 3 stock. Really well fought on the other side from mpos as well, but in the future, Loxodont is the world dictator, and you will not be telling him otherwise.
That's right. That's right. We'll take a look at the replays in just a moment, but yeah, what a fun one. I mean, dude,
I love 2 Ellingfint, I have to be honest.
That second stock was, I mean, the last stock was sick too, but that second stock was crazy. Let's take a look at some of them.
Yeah, this first game, I mean, we did see this first game was really close, too. I think that there was a really good back and forth between these 2 characters, but yeah, we did see that sick edgeguard as well. I'm definitely curious. I want to see you point out what happened there at the end of that game 3, because we definitely saw TG make a lot of great adaptations over the course of the set, right? It went from 1 stock to 3.
This is it right here. So waits and then gets like perfect drill. Like I thought he would have grabbed ledge actually after that back air. It was just very, very close on the drift. But yeah, just the fact that you were able to extend it off of a bit of an awkward bear like that was just so cool.